guys, I'm back. I know I haven't been on here for a while with the holidays, and I just get really down and depressed. Um, Today I had time, so I said, well, let me talk to them. Well, not really to themselves. But anyway, at 6 o'clock in the morning on March 16th, 2017, we went in the hospital to be induced. When I got there, I let the nurse, Haley, know I was constipated. And she said she would order me something to help me because I was like not feeling well. And I just wanted to feel right to be able to push her seam out. About an hour and a half after I was hooked up to all the machines, Pitocin, etc., I was woken up because I must have dozed off by like 25 nurses over me, telling me turn this way, turn that way, put my head down, put the oxygen mask on. I'm asking what happened. They told me that I seemed heart rate drop. Now it was 8 minutes in before they got it back up. And at that moment I said, I think it's best that I should have a C-section. And I remember the doctor saying, you young girls always want the easy way out. I brushed it off because I was in labor. She told me she was going to break my water bag. When she went to break my water bag, she asked me when did my water break. At that moment, I panicked because I knew that there was no water in there. I was just there 2 days prior, telling them that my water bag broke and was discharged, sent home, said it wasn't broken. At that moment, I just don't know why I wasn't given a cesarean. I think I wasn't given a cesarean because of the type of coverage that I had. They didn't get the maximum pay, I guess, as what they, and they just didn't give a damn. 7 hours passed. I seem had a heart rate still, good, strong, but it dropped again in 7 hours. My doctor was there at that time. I cried asking for a C-section. What he told me was if it drops again, we'll give you a C-section. And I'm saying here, why just don't give me a C-section? This baby is showing us every sign of distress. When I tell you I couldn't move in the bed, I had to stay on my left side the whole time. With my contractions coming, you're supposed to be free. I couldn't move left. I couldn't move right. I couldn't move at all because they were afraid of his heart rate dropping. They even tried to give me an epidural laying down, which didn't work. Long story short, as my doctor was walking out the room, I seemed heart rate dropped again. I was immediately rushed to a C-section and awoken to hear that my son didn't make it. Why? Why did a perfectly healthy child not make it? In that moment, I was so dazed out. I didn't see or hear no one in the room. I just kept looking at my lifeless body son who looked beautiful. He was warm. He just looked like a little angel. My children were there. I couldn't break down. I remember my family asking Jihad to take the baby from me because they thought maybe I was getting a little bit too attached by the way I was holding him. And I noticed his face when he came back in the room, but he didn't say much. And I was wondering why the nurses was advising him to go home and give me the night to myself, which I would think you would need someone to be there with you. Anyway, I was drugged up. I woke up at 7 crying in the morning. And I remember them allowing me to go downstairs and smoke a cigarette. When I came back up, my doctor was in my room writing my discharge for my very first C-section. I didn't move my bowels. I didn't urinate. I remember calling up the administrator up to my room and telling her that I didn't pee and they were going to discharge me like this. Was this normal? Like, why were you just throwing me out there to the wolves? To go home to 3 children, to being back a mom with staples in her stomach, first cesarean ever, no counseling, no nothing.